Hey, welcome my YouTube friends. In this video, I'm going to be teaching you how to make style number 4 of our one file folder wonder. So welcome my friends. All right, I'm so excited teaching you guys these. All it takes is one file folder and you have just a little folio. You can use it to send a card to somebody, put it inside a mini album, or standalone project. I think these are fabulous. And like I said, it does take just one file folder. All right, so you can purchase my March Madness project over on my website. I will put the link down below for you where you can go pick it up. And right now I'm offering it at $14.99 until April 6th. It goes up to $19.99. You get a mini album, either 2-page or 4-page. And then I'm also coming up, well, right now I'm working on it, the cardstock version. So if you can't get a hold of the file folder, to make the album, I am doing the cardstock version. There's 10 one file folder wonders. I will be doing a box to put those in, plus an album where we can put some of those into. So go grab it right now while it's still at $14.99. And I'm sorry if you're watching this after, that date. It's $19.99. So sorry about that. Okay. That's why if you like what you see, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you never miss out on one of my projects. Okay. All right. Who is ready to get to work? So you're going to need a middle file folder to create this one. You're going to need a scoreboard, a trimmer, a bone folder, pair of scissors, a ruler, and a pencil. That's it. Oh, and your adhesive and then your paper to decorate. Wouldn't these be neat to get these as a Mother's Day card? So this is what we're making. So you have some photo mats, and then you have a flap. Here's the closure. This opens up. That opens up. And then you have a pocket here for some photo mats and a flip up with a pocket. So that's what we're going to be making today. All right. So grab you a middle file folder and let's get to work. All right. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to trim about like 1/4 of an inch off of one end. Okay, just so I can get a straight edge. So where the file starts to round, I just trim that off. Okay, throw that piece away. Otherwise, don't throw any of the other pieces away because most of them I use everything inside. Okay, so you can put away that. Now your scoreboard. Okay, and then here's what we're doing. Okay, that's what we're doing. All right, so the end, well, we need to score at 9 inches, opposite of the end that we straightened up. Okay, so I'm going to put my folder in here like this, and we're going to score at 9 inches. Okay, here's the end that I straightened up. Okay, score at 9 inches. And sometimes it's a little tough to, oh, see what just happened? It got off. That's all right. Now you're going to open it up. You're going to place that natural fold line of the folder on that 6-inch mark. Okay, this is why a lot of times you see as crafters have that. That way you can see which one it is. Oops, you can see what it is down here. That's why you see a lot of crafters have that. Okay, so I'm going to place it here. Got my straight edge up here. From the natural fold line, we're scoring 3 inches both ways. Okay, so I'm going to score at 9. And I'm going to score at 3. All right, then I'm going to turn it this way. Well, we don't have a straight line. Well, I'll just turn it this way. Okay. From the tab, okay, the other side is the inset tab. This side is our tab side. I'm going to score at 2.5 inches from the tab, just down to my 9-inch mark. Okay, so I'm scoring at 2.5 inches, just down to that 9-inch. Okay, that's it. That is it. Now, the fun part. The fun part. Okay, so with my trimmer now, I am going to cut just up to where I scored at my 3 inches and 9 inches. Okay, because we're going to cut this part here off. We're not cutting this part here off because that's our flap to come down. Okay, so I'm going to line up that score line. And I'm going to cut just to where that 3 or 9 inch is. Okay, just up to here. Okay, we don't cut this off. Okay, so now what you're going to do is I'm going to draw a line because I do not cut very straight. And I'm just going to make a little tick mark, 1/4 inch from that score line. Okay, just 1/4 inch from that score line. And then I'm just going to draw a line down to my cut line. Okay, now we're just going to trim that off. Okay. Now you can fold on that. Okay, and give her a burnish. Okay, so that's our flap. Okay, that's going to be up here at top. So now this is going to fold in. And when you fold it, you want to make sure you got it all nice and straight. Okay, this side is going to fold in. And then this is going to fold out. Okay, so this, then this. That's our flap for up here at top. Okay, so that folds in, then this folds in for that. Okay, I'm going to round my corners here. This corner I didn't get very good. It's hard to get. Okay, I'm also going to round these. And depending on which end, you see This is our top. So this one is just, it closes just from the opposite way. Okay. And it really doesn't matter which way that it closes. Okay. You just want to make sure that this tab is up here on top. Okay. Because if this tab is down here, these will not fit right. Okay. This tab has to be up here. Okay. So it really doesn't make any difference which way it goes. You just want this up here at top. Okay. All right. Now I do have one that's already all inked, and see, this one folds in from this way. It really does not matter. Okay. It does not matter. So I got this one already inked. I'll put that one aside because you guys don't want to spend a half hour watching me ink this. All right. So here's the pieces that are left over. All right. So the shorter piece, no, the longer piece. The piece that is just a little bit longer, I mean, it's like a 1/4 of an inch longer, okay? That's the one that you're going to make this pocket out of, okay? You're going to cut it at 5 3/4, okay? 5 3/4. So I just put in my trimmer, cut it down to 5 3/4. And then how I got that is I just kind of bend it just a little bit. Then I just use my scissors to recreate it. Okay. All right. So there's that piece. Now, for the other two pieces, for here, you're going to cut these. I think it's, I got 2 3/8 by 2 1/2. Okay. So this piece here, we're going to cut it down to 3. Yeah, we don't have 3 inches. So whatever, I'm just going to straighten it up. I guess it is straight. Okay. So I'm going to go 2 3/8. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Cut it off. Then I'm going to go 2 3/8 again. Cut it off. This piece here you can throw away. Okay. So 2 3/8. And then how I get this here, I just use this one as a template and cut. All right. And then we want the use of the full pocket. So you're going to put these in your trimmer, scoreboard. The one that has the rounded, we're going to score the other side. So you're going to score 1/2 inch, and then 1/2 inch on the bottom. Okay, so then this one's going to be, here's my rounded part here. So I'm going to score 1/2 inch on this side. Well, it'll still work out. And then on the bottom, because you want these to mirror each other. Okay, you want them to mirror each other. So then you cut where we scored, it formed an X, so you're going to cut right through that X. Okay, right through that X. Then you're just going to fold and burnish. Okay, so then these are going to go on the front. There's our pocket that we're going to attach. Okay, so that closes, that closes. These pieces are going to attach right here. You're going to have one there, and then you're going to have one there. All right, now these are longer, but I think it's because I didn't cut that quarter inch off. Plus, I think my original one was longer. Yep. All right. So there we go. Okay. Now, yep, those go there. Okay. So let's put this together now. All right. So this is going to go here. Okay, so now I'm just going to grab my glue. And it goes right here at the bottom. No, I didn't put... It's 1/2 inch up. 1/2 inch up. I forgot about that. Okay. And this one is going to go here at 1/2 inch. Now, I really like the same amount of space, so I may cut some of that off. Let's see what it looks like in the original one. So it looks like it's got the same amount of space. It really doesn't matter. Yeah, I'm just going to leave it. All right. So I'm just going to put this on my grid here. Then that way I know where to put my other one. All right. So I'm applying my glue to that 1/2 inch. All right. There we go. There's that. Okay, open up this. And this is going to go right here. I'm going to leave just a little bit at the bottom peeking out, but we need to put our paper on before we attach this. And I was thinking about this one. Okay, so 5 3/4. So 5 3/4. And I'm not able to ink right now, otherwise I'd be inking. That's why I had this already inked before, is because I've been inking too many folders and my back is throwing me fits. So that's why you see this already done, because I do a little at a time and then rest my back and then come back. All right. Plus it saves you guys don't have to watch me ink my folder. You just have to watch me glue my folder. Or, you know. But I hope you will purchase the March Madness, because there's a lot. I mean, there's something for everyone in that. Especially, you know, if you can't get file folders and you want to make that mini album, you know, I'm doing the cardstock version of it, so can't beat that. All right. So now I'm just going to glue 3 sides. Now, there won't be no cardstock version for the one file folder wonders. Well, I guess I should say never. There, you know, I could change my mind later on down the road and add it to the tutorial. Because anything I add to it, you will get that. You know, if it's 6 months down the road to it and I do add cardstock version, then you would get that. All right, so there's that. All right, so now I think I want to decorate. Do I want to decorate the flap or just add? Go ahead and add. No, that piece ain't big enough. Yeah. That piece is. I mean, we could. Okay, so we know 5 3/4. We already know that. So cut this at 5 3/4. And I know it doesn't go all the way, but that's all right. Really, we're not going to see much of that. Let's go ahead and cut our black cardstock to go here. And you can use design paper. Ooh, what's on the back of that? Yeah, you could use design paper here instead of black cardstock if you wanted to. I'm going to use black cardstock. And it needs to be 5.5 by 6. Okay, 5.5 by 6. All right, and then I'm just going to cut this at 4 1/4 for some photo mats. Okay, I'm going to round my one end. And this attaches, yeah, I'm glad we didn't cover it with paper. You ain't going to see it. So, I'm only going to glue my three sides, okay? So I'm just going to kind of grab where my pocket ends so I know okay. So I'm just going to glue here and here. And then I'm going to glue I'm not going to glue right around the very top because I'll leave a little bit of the file folder peeking out. Okay. All right. So there's that. Now, can we use this piece? Yep, we can. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to mark where my file folder stops. Then I'm just going to put that in my trimmer. Okay. Hopefully it works. We'll see. Probably won't. I hope it does. We can always hope. And it worked. Alright, so I'm going to glue that on. Yeah, I wish I could be inking. Because inking just adds so much. But that's alright. It is what it is. So now, you have a pocket up here. And then your photo mats, fold that all nice and tidy. Yay! Okay. Yeah, I think we're going to use that. So 5 inches should be by 8 3/4. Okay. So 5 inches. By 8 3/4. So that will go there. All right, on this other side, oh, that piece is just too short. This piece might go down here. So that was 5 3/4. So I'm going to cut this at 5 1/2. And I'm going to lay it here. I wonder if I could trim. There we go. I think I'm going to see if I can't. I got that one different. Yeah, I'm not very good at that. I am not good at that at all. I'm afraid if I use... Okay, I'm just going to cut 1/8 of an inch off. There we go. And then that fits down there like that. Okay, so I'll get that on. All right. So that's going to go here. I was thinking, you know, we could, if you wanted to, you could do a pocket, a tuck pocket here. If we put this on the front, we could do that. Let's do a tuck pocket here. Let's do it. So, let's make our tuck pocket 1.5. Okay, so I'm going to cut this design paper at 1.5. By 8 3/4. Okay, so then that would go here. Now our paper that we want to put, do we want to do this paper? I think so. So then that paper, I'm going to cut it at 3 3/8. 3 3/8. Okay, so 1 2 3/8 by 8 3/4. And that's going to go here, and then that way we have a tuck pocket. Okay, so I'm only going to glue 3 sides. And you can do this, you know, with some of the others as well. I just thought it'd be fun to add a little tuck pocket to this one. Okay, so you're going to layer down. About 1/8 of an inch away from the score line. Okay. Now I'm going to attach this one. Make sure my B's are right side up. All right. I know I've got some tags. There's a tag. So now you have a little tuck pocket over here. There we go. There's our little tuck pocket. Yay! Okay, so I think I'm going to put this purple over here, and it's 3 3/4. So 3 3/4 by 8 3/4. We can even put this inside that pocket. Or we can just put it right here. All right. Yeah, these would make nice cards. You know, you could write your daughter a letter and put some photos in it and send it to her. You know, if she's in college, you want to share some photos, and, you know, send your mom a Mother's Day card, write her a note, put her a note in here. Yeah, this just looks so much better if it was inked. So much better. Okay, so now we have the outside. So I'm just going to flip it around. I'm not decorating the back because I'm going to be attaching mine. All right, so this here needs to go 8 inches. 8 inches. Heck, I could use my 6x8 paper pad. Well, 8 inches is almost a little too short. Actually, about 8. It's almost 8 1/4 almost. Okay. So this is 3 3/4. So I'm going to use this 3 3/4. And I'm going to go 8. I'm going to go just 1/16 from 8 1/4. We'll see what we get here. And I think that's fine. Okay, so this one piece I had cut, so I'm going to go 8, just 1/16 under 1 1/4 inches. All right, so we have this here. Then we have that. I think let's put the green on the outside. Will that one little piece I had work? Yes. So I'm going to go 1.5 inches. And 1 tick mark passed. 1.5 inches. Then 1 tick mark, which is 1/16. And then 2 1/4. Actually, we could have used, before we glued those down, we could have done these. So I'm just going to barely round. Good enough for me. Oops. These are a lot of fun to make. And I have come up with some more. I've come up with 4 extra ones that I will be teaching here on YouTube. Because I can't quit making them. They're so much fun. All right, so now we have a strip here and a strip here. But what are we going to put there? Yeah, I have this purple. Okay, do I want to do the purple? I don't know what this would look like. If we done the darker color here. Ooh, I kind of like that. Do I have it? Surely I got a strip of that somewhere. I'm a digging. Ah. Ooh. I just come across. Oh no, I like the purple. Yeah, I'm not seeing a strip. Thought maybe I might have a strip of it, but I don't. Okay, so I'll get my... I was trying to use up scraps. All right, so 1 3/4. 1 3/4. And we know it's 8 3/4. That, and I think it's that yellow I'm not liking. All right. I think I'm going to put the sticker right here. Yeah, I may change that yellow out. So then this will go here, and I think I'm going to use this here. So what was it, 2 1/4? 1 3/4. 1 3/4. By 8 3/4. All right. Yeah, I wish I could be inking. It would look so much better being inked. I hope you are enjoying it. I hope you will make some of these. I can't wait to show you the album that we're going to be, an album where you can put these into. I can't wait to show you. I've been working on it, and I'm making it out file folders. All right, so now we need a strip of here. I need something with some contrast. Here's a brown. Of course, that doesn't add no contrast. I mean, that would work. Oh, look at the honeycomb. That's what I'm using. I'm sorry for my cell phone. So I'm going to try and cut this down to 1/2 inch, or 3/8 of an inch. Yeah. Okay. So I'm just going to use my ends. Then over here, I'll glue it on and I'll cut it off. Excuse me. So sorry, some of my text on me. We cut this little strip off. Oh, I'm doing it. Dang it. Okay, that one goes there. This one will go here. Okay. Beautiful moments. So then that would open. I'm wondering if we would put a I hate that just to put a sticker right there to help. I'm not too big on that yellow. Oh, I know how we can fix it. Maybe not quite that. Oh, wait a minute. I kind of like that. Okay, so I'm just going to add some glue. All right. Now we could add something up at the very top if we wanted to. Ah, perfect. 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 So then our photo mats for at the front. All right, so they are 5.5 by 7.5. Okay, 5.5 by 7.5. So then that would go right there. And we could just, the other piece that's left over from our 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, then you'd have these pieces left. No sense of wasting paper. My thing must be getting full again. I almost want to put something there, but I don't know what. I do have this flower. I don't have another flower. No. I'll put this here. Or maybe put it just up a little bit. There. So you have your photo mats. That opens. Now I'll get that glued down. And then that opens for that. And that opens, and we have a little tuck spot over here. And then a couple of photo mats and a flip up and a pocket up here as well. So here we can put this. There's our photo mat for up there. I don't have nothing small enough to go right here. Ooh, I could just put some bees. We could just put some bees. And you are my sunshine. Very cute. Very cute. So I hope you enjoyed this. Be sure to hit the subscribe button if you like what I teach. Make sure to hit the notification bell so you never miss out. All right. This turned out so cute. I hope you will make one of these because, oh my gosh, I'd really like to make my mom one and send it to her. She would just absolutely love that. All right. That's all I have for you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me, and we will be talking to you in the next video. As always, keep scrapping. Bye-bye.